Welcome to our video about calming sensory strategies for your child or young person. We will discuss sensory strategies that have a calming input on your child for when they are in a high level of alertness or need a calming input. Routine and structure is an important strategy for your child or young person, as knowing what to expect can lower their anxiety. Keep things as predictable and familiar as possible. It can make a big difference when they are informed and prepared in advance for changes, such as a new teacher or a new activity being introduced. If your child is showing signs that they may be becoming overwhelmed, you can reduce the sensory input and have a calming strategy handy for them to try. This is where a cozy corner, for example, a tent, their bedroom, or a beanbag in a quiet space can be helpful. Deep breathing and mindfulness exercises are powerful tools to use for creating calm. In addition to specific breathing methods, there are several enjoyable blowing and sucking activities that encourage deep breathing. When your child does activities against resistance, they are getting proprioceptive input. Heavy work activities that involve pushing, pulling, lifting, carrying, or stretching provides calming proprioceptive input. Using the hands against resistance or the mouth by sucking, blowing, or chewing are further examples. Many activities in one's daily life involve these types of movement. Examples include, but are not limited to, pushing a shopping trolley, carrying a school bag, hoovering, opening a car door, doing baking or gardening tasks, and participating in sport or leisure activity. Deep pressure to the muscles is another way to get calming proprioceptive input. Examples include, but are not limited to, your child receiving a hug or giving your child a massage. A small weighted toy or lap pad on their lap is another example of this type of input. Head movements that are slow and rhythmic, such as rocking, swaying, or swinging, and head positions such as lying down or hanging upside down provides calming vestibular input. Soothing sounds and soft calming colors can be used to create a calming environment. Using headphones, ear defenders, or earplugs to dampen down noise is an example of a calming strategy. Music and nature sounds can be useful. Using sunglasses or a cap when outdoors, or using blinds or curtains or soft lighting indoors helps to dampen down the light input. Some children use hoodies or create forts to reduce the visual input for this reason. There are many sensory visual toys, for example, oil and water timers and moving sand art that can be soothing and calming. You will find many ideas online for making your own sensory bottles. Fidget toys and play with textures your child enjoys can be calming. Some children enjoy playing with slime. Simple items such as blue tack, Velcro strips, and paper clips can be used for fidget toys. The following strategies can support your sensitive or avoiding child. To support your child to complete a task successfully, try to engage your child in the task when they feel regulated. When that is not possible, use calming strategies to help your child feel more regulated. Remember that although challenges with sensory processing can appear like an overreaction or bad behavior, that in most cases their perception of the experience is their reality. If they get very upset because brushing their hair or wearing socks feels painful to them, you need to approach it from their viewpoint and communicate with them from this viewpoint. This will help them feel less overwhelmed and more receptive to your support and suggestions. Try to stay regulated yourself, as when you are calm, it has a calming impact on your child. Co-regulation is discussed in more detail in a separate video titled Co-regulation. Providing your child or young person with some choice and control can help them to feel more regulated. Come up with a plan or agreement with your child. For example, asking them if they would like to do a fast or a slow countdown while brushing their hair today. Allowing your child to brush their own hair gives them even more control. Another example is saying to a teenager who is avoiding showers, "We will try your plan of having a shower every Sunday morning after breakfast and before TV. I'm going to put a reminder on the calendar for us." In this example, a Sunday morning was a stress-free time in this household. They used breakfast as an input to help calm this child's system, and the challenging shower was followed by the routine TV activity. Putting the plan on the calendar helped the family support this goal and help to maintain consistency. Proprioceptive input is calming and regulating. Providing some proprioceptive input in the form of deep pressure or heavy work movement can help your child to better tolerate stimuli that they are sensitive to. This can be used before, during, and after an activity that is challenging for them. For example, applying gentle pressure to the fingertips before cutting the nail, or applying firm, gentle pressure to the scalp before brushing their hair. Grade the exposure your child struggles to tolerate by increasing it gradually. The ideal range is when their senses are slightly challenged, but they are still within their comfort zone. This will give them a positive experience to build on. Sandwich the difficult task or experience in between two more comfortable or enjoyable tasks. Engage in the task in the environment that supports regulation when possible. A quiet, familiar environment with supportive sensory input would be helpful. Adapt the task or the environment where possible. I'm going to use sensitivity to sound of hand dryers as an example. Using wet wipes and a hand sanitizer instead of using the hand dryer, or the use of ear defenders while using a hand dryer, are examples of adaptation. Letting them use a single toilet can be helpful, as they know that the hand dryer is not going to be used unexpectedly, and in this situation you can gradually expose them while they still maintain a sense of control. Over time, you can build their tolerance to cope in a toilet with multiple stalls and users. Provide sensory breaks as needed throughout the day. Laughter is often the best medicine. Playfulness or humor, where appropriate, can help. Ask the child for ways that you can support them. If your child has difficulty falling asleep and you suspect it may be due to sensory reasons, please watch our video called Sensory Strategies for Sleep. We also have a video on how to prevent sensory overload.